Go sexy, get it sexy, go sexy. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Amy D. I hear you guys are missing me. I've missed you as well. Let's catch up. Let's catch up while I do my makeup. Get ready with me. I feel like it's been a long time that I don't do a get ready with me. And I have been so busy, which I always believe that's good, but I also believe in resting. And for whatever reason, you know, sometimes when you have a lot of things on your mind, you go to sleep, but you don't really rest. And I feel like that's where I've been at this past week. But I also believe that things like that happen in the spiritual realm. For example, when you are elevating your life and things want to come at you and stop you from that. Also, if you see it in another perspective, that's God to me testing me to see if I am ready for the next level, to see if I am ready for what I've been asking for, to see if I'm going to react the same way, how I'm going to respond, to see maybe if I don't know, whatever it is that I have been working on. I feel like there's always going to be a test before the next level comes. And I talked about this on my live. I hope you guys caught my live. And if you didn't, I actually went live last Monday, not just on Instagram, but here on YouTube. So I told you guys that from my blog, Free as a Bird by AD. If you haven't subscribed, you should, because even today is Mother's Day, and I actually sent you guys a very heartfelt and vulnerable letter regarding the relationship with my mom and I. And I'll read it to you guys in a little bit. I'm gonna start getting ready because I am on a timeline. I'm gonna be going to church and I need to know what time it is. Okay, I have a little bit of time. So I will share it with you guys once I'm ready. But yeah, I feel like certain things come at us in different times, you know, and sometimes we don't know what we're asking for and we think we're ready, and then they come and we're like, wait, I don't think I'm actually ready, or actually no, like this is too much, or yeah, no, like I have other things to work on. And then there are other times when we have been yearning for something for so long that when it comes, it's like, boom, it's here, right? And this could be in finances, this could be in relationships, this could be in family, this could be in personal growth, this could be spiritually, this could be in any area of your life. And for me, it actually comes in the spiritual world, or in the spiritual realm of things. So I'm very excited for what is happening in my life currently, and also for what is coming. Like, I'm one to appreciate what I have in this moment, but also to look forward to everything that I desire, because there are things that I desire in this moment that aren't necessarily happening just yet, but they're coming and I see them coming and I'm excited. I actually, like I told you guys, I went live. If you guys want to catch me on live, I'm going to be going live on YouTube. Yo, that was kind of trippy. I had never been on live on YouTube, and I was like, yo, like, how do you do this? Yeah, I ended up like researching it like within the last hour or so, because I literally decided it last minute, like, you know what, I'm gonna start going live on YouTube, because a lot of my YouTube family, they don't have Instagram, and I want all of us to be a part of this, right? As much as I want my audience to grow, and of course I talk to you guys about blogging and stuff, I want that part of it to grow, but also every Monday, whatever blog I release is what I'm talking about on that Monday. So last Monday, we were actually talking about upgrading your life and the small changes that you can make that make such a huge impact on your life. And I hope you guys go check out the blog and read it, because it's there for you for whenever it is that you want to go back and revisit it, whenever it is that you want to you feel like, you know what, it's time to upgrade my life once again. Like, I constantly feel that way when I'm like, wait, okay, a shift, something has to change, a shift has to be made. God is working something within me right now. Like, I have to respond to it differently, or I have to deal with this differently, but how do I deal with it? Or how do I start all over again? As someone who is super into self-development and into learning and into being the student, like, I am one to research and I am one to try to understand the psychology of our brain and why we act the way that we act. And thankfully, by God's grace and his compassion towards each of us, like, I am also able to extend that to others when they hurt me, when they try to insult me, when they try to do something that just no longer even aligns with who I am, right? Like, in the past, I probably would have responded to all that very differently, because I would have responded out of a place of having to defend myself, or out of a place of like, you're not gonna win, I'm gonna take the last word, or stuff like that. I talked about the 8 steps that you can take now to upgrade your life and go to the next level. And I also told you guys how, hold on, I left it over there, 1 second. Little side note, every time I feel like putting on makeup but not doing like a full face of foundation, I wear my Color Science, which is almost every day. I feel like I wear full makeup like once a week. But every other day I wear this Color Science sunscreen, and it's been perfect for me. I love it. I get it in the color Fair. I'm not really going to be talking about the products, but I know you guys are going to ask me about this because I've talked about it. So yeah, I mean, if you do have any questions regarding any of the products that I use, let me know. And then maybe next time I do a Get Ready With Me, I'll just do a Get Ready With Me sharing every single product that I use. So anyways, going back to this. So anyways, on the live, I talked about like the big impacts that small changes can make, and how many times we want things to look different and to be different, but we're doing the exact same things, right? We're hanging around with the same people. We are not being mindful of our actions, of the energy that we surround ourselves with, of what we're watching, of what we're thinking. Like, we just allow our brain to take over, and sometimes that's okay. Like, I do believe that we should feel everything, but not dwell on everything, right? Like, if something is feeling super strong for you, I think that you should definitely allow yourself to feel it, and then jot it down, rip it out of your journal, out of your notebook, burn it, like, don't sit with that energy wherever it's at. It was such a really good live, you guys, because in that live, I also share how stepping out of your comfort zone is necessary. And man, was I doing that day. Like, stepping out of my comfort zone to actually go live with you guys on YouTube, like, it wasn't a lot for me, but it was like, wow, Amy, okay, like, this is speaking growth, right? Like, confidence. And also, like, the more you do it, the more that you're going to get used to it, and the better you're going to get at it. So don't worry about making mistakes, right? I was worried about making mistakes. I was worried about the internet stopping. I was, like, just little logistic things sometimes that happen. And honestly, like, I was like, well, like, I put it under prayer, and I was like, God, like, if this is from you, like, just allow it to happen and help me out, and like, just help me through it. And thankfully, like, all of you guys always show so much grace to me and allow me to make the mistakes in front of you and don't judge me for it. So I appreciate that so much, because honestly, the community that I have built here on YouTube, like, all of us are so positive, right? Like, you guys give me back so much energy that it's positive, that it's graceful, that is compassionate, that it's loving, that it's caring, like, all of your feedback is always so encouraging and motivating. And when I think about it, I'm like, wow, like that's also a reflection of what I do with you guys. And it's lovely that we get to reciprocate it and that we get to give it back and forth. So first of all, thank you for your time. Thank you for being here every single time that I drop a video. I know I haven't dropped an actual video for 2 weeks. And like, I will tell you, like, I gave myself a comodín. If you don't know what a comodín is, it's like a pass, right? Like I gave myself a pass for not posting last week because I did the live on YouTube. So I was like, oh yeah, like the live is actually on my channel. So if you go on youtube.com and you go to my page on my channel, there are different tabs. One is videos, the other one is post or community or something like that. And then there's a tab for lives. So if you go on that tab, you'll be able to catch the live that I had last Monday, and you'll be able to actually watch it and see what we talked about. But but yeah, I was like, oh, like I'm gonna post this and like everyone's gonna be okay with it. And it's not that you guys weren't okay with it, but I understand it's also not the same. So yeah, I was like, you know what, I wasn't feeling my best yesterday, like Saturday just overall, like I was really emotional. So I was like, if tomorrow I feel better, like in the morning, I'm definitely gonna record something. I don't know what I'm gonna record, but we'll figure it out. And when I woke up this morning, I was like, oh perfect, I can do a get ready with me because I haven't, and we can catch up, because I feel like we also haven't caught up, right? Like it's a different type of video, it's a different type of conversation that we have here. So yeah, here we are. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow. I'm literally gonna edit this vlog so that it can go out tonight, and that we can, you know, just kind of make time tomorrow for a little bit. I'm going live only for 30 minutes. So I'm going live at 6:30 every morning, and that's because I don't want to take too much of you guys' time. I understand that a lot of you guys are busy and you have your own things to do, your schedules, you're going to the gym or you're doing different things, you have your families for yourself. Like, I understand that. So I don't want to take too much time out of your hands, but if you guys can join, definitely join us on either the Instagram Free as a Bird on the live or on YouTube here. I'm gonna be doing that. And again, we're gonna be talking about the vlog, which if you are subscribed to my emails, you are gonna get what we're gonna talk about there. So I'm super excited for it. And of course, if you guys have any questions or comments or anything like that, you're more than welcome to comment them while I'm on live. It's kind of really cool because while I'm live, all of your comments are coming through at the same time that I'm live or talking about something. And it works the same way as like Instagram live or any other, or TikTok live, where like you guys can just, you know, jump in and say something. And I like, last Monday I got through some of the comments and I like showed them on there. It was really cool. It was really cool. So yeah, that's something that I've been up to. Another thing this weekend, you guys, oh my gosh, I went out like at night for the first time in the whole year. Like, we are in May and I literally had not been out to the club, to the bar, like, you know, out like the whole year. And I am gonna be 100% honest with you. There is absolutely no desire in my heart right now to be out that late and to be out at night. Like, absolutely no desire. And this Friday when I went, it solidified that. Like, super duper solidified the fact that I don't want to be out there. Like, to me, and I know if we talk dating, for example, I know that a lot of us who are ready for a relationship or who are open to meeting someone and stuff, most times you think, oh yeah, well, like, you gotta be out there for you to be seen, or you gotta be out there for you to be talked to, or you gotta be out there to find your husband. Yes, I do believe you gotta be out there, but not out there. Like, I believe that it's definitely good people that you can meet out at a club, definitely, because I consider myself a good person and I'm out here also having a great time, right? But just like, I had never felt the way that I felt this time. And I think something that shifted for me was the fact that before I was like, oh yeah, like I'm down to date, or oh yeah, like I'm down to have fun, right? Like, and I'm down to just exchange energy for a little bit and flirt a little bit and just kind of be there, right? Now, like, I'm like, something shifted within me, and I want to believe it's God, but something shifted within me that I have absolutely no desire to be out there, like at night, so late, while everyone is drinking or drunk and exchanging the lowest type of energy that you can find, because a lot of people don't actually have the courage to come and talk to you if they're sober. A lot of people don't actually have the courage to come and do certain things when they're not all there, right? And I feel like I'm at a point in my life where I want someone who's bold enough, right, to come and have an interaction with me. And I definitely had interactions, right? But I was sitting down like the whole time. I did not stand up. First of all, the reason why I decided to go out and why I showed up was because it was a friend's birthday. So for her birthday, she wanted to come out and she wanted to, you know, party, go to a club. We got a table, we were sitting down, we were chilling. Because birthdays are so important to me and they truly mean so much, I was like, oh yeah, like whatever it is that you want to do for your birthday, like I'm gonna be there, right? And go as far as riding with you, and go as far as like driving you home, because obviously, like if you're drinking, you know, like I got you, don't worry. So yeah, like we went out, and obviously, like I said, it was her birthday and she wanted to go out, and you know, we had a table, and that it was cool. Like I'm not saying like the music was good, and I love spending time, you know, in places where there's like music. Like the new Kendrick came out, so everybody was like, hey, they not like us, they not like us, you know us LA people are gonna show out, right? Like yeah, it was a time. I'm not saying that it wasn't, but it just, like, for me, it definitely made it clear that I don't want to be there. And I still, like, it solidified so much more that I'm still the type of person, and I still want to go to a cute rooftop and look pretty and listen to music and vibe, right? But like during the day, maybe it's the fact that I just see people in life a little bit different now, right? Where like there are times when like I just want to mess around and like do stuff. Yeah, cool. But like there are other times when I'm just so, like I just felt like I just didn't belong here anymore, right? Like where I'm like the Amy that I see as the adult, the Amy that I see that's elevated, the Amy that I see that is transforming into something new, like that Amy doesn't belong here. And so I think that's why there was like a way, like, or something that I was fighting within myself. I think I still had a lot of fun, but it definitely let me know like I don't necessarily want to be here. And even in getting ready, like my friend Sam, like she was going to work, and she was like, damn, like you're going out and I'm going to work right now. And I was like, I know, girl. And she was like, and I told her, right, like I was like, the fact that I actually haven't been out the whole year, like it's crazy to me, because like I don't have that desire to be out at the club. Like I love going out, and I love doing activities, and I love finding new places to explore, and I love doing things outside. Like I am an outside girly. But that specific thing, like I don't necessarily care to do. But honestly, like number one, the fact that I haven't been drinking like that, my skin is A1. Number two, my body is A1. Like it is not bloated, it feels good, like it rests well. You know what I mean? Like it makes a difference what you put in your system and what you consume. And I mean, even like everybody's energy. So that's been great, like not being necessarily around that. Like I have loved that. But nonetheless, like I had a lot of fun. I just got home super late, you guys, because this wasn't like a regular club. Like this was like a more underground type of thing, or maybe not underground, but like it's just, it doesn't have a time limit where it's like at 1:30 they start like kicking you out. No, like we left at 3 and that thing was still going. And I was like literally like yawning. Like I'm a little bit of a grandma when I'm out that late. Like I normally go to bed literally like by 8 p.m. right? So it was kind of funny because I'm literally like yawning in the middle of everything, and I'm like chilling, and then at the end like everybody's already feeling themselves. And it was kind of funny because I had this interaction with this guy, right? Like, and I told you guys I wasn't getting up, like I was literally sitting. So they would come up to me and like try to pull me to come dance, right? And like at first they're smiling and like trying to come up and stuff, and like I smile back, like I'm not rude or anything like that. And so I'm like interacting with him, right? And then he comes out, and then I think he told me his name, I don't even remember it. And then like I was like, oh, I'm Amy. And then he was like trying to pull me to come dance, and I was like, oh no, like I'm good, thank you, you know. And then I honestly just was not in the mood to do that, you know. So I didn't, and he said something along the lines of like, damn, you're not gonna make me feel like I'm not all that. Like he said something like that, and the minute he said that, I started cracking up, because I'm gonna tell you, like he was probably the tallest man in there. He was pretty tall, and he was probably the tallest man in there. And normally, like as tall men, you know, and he looked good, he didn't look bad, but as tall men, like they get attention just because they're tall, right? And so a lot of them feel like, or from what I've seen, a lot of them feel like maybe they don't necessarily need a personality. He had a personality. He was cool. Like he had it all, you know what I mean? Like he was good looking, he was tall, like he was cool, and he was obviously dancing with other girls, like yeah. But I guess to him, like maybe his ego was stroked in a bad way by me like not wanting to dance with him, because yeah, like I'm like, yeah, I'm good, you know. And it was just kind of funny, like by like his response, you know, and like he just laughed it off, and then he was like, all right, and you know, like he left. He was a good sport. So anyways, I get home that night, I go to sleep. I mean, I wash my face, of course, because don't go to sleep with your makeup on. But I get home that night, and it was literally like 4:15. I probably went to sleep at like 4:30, 4:40, almost 5 o'clock, right? Like it's late, like it's the morning at this point. And as soon as I got home, like I let my friend know, you know, that I was home. My mom knew that I was out. Long story short, yesterday morning, I wake up, and it wasn't even the morning. I woke up like at 1 p.m. I wake up and my sister's looking for me, my mom is looking for me, everyone's going crazy looking for me. And I call my mom, and I'm like, Mom, you knew I was gonna go out? And she was like, yeah, but even on the days that you go out, like you don't ever wake up past 10. Like you're always up at 6:30, and literally today I was up at like 6:30. But she was like, you're always up so early. And she was like, it was 12 o'clock, I still didn't hear from you, like we just thought. I was like, you guys also have my location. Like all of you guys have my location, and I'm not one to hide it. Like I got nothing to hide. So like I don't ever stop my location from sharing or like go unavailable or none of that. Like I'm like, I need you guys to know where I'm at, because if something pops off, like I need you guys to come and, you know, rescue me. So it was just funny because, you know, they were obviously worried for me, but I was like super asleep, like I was just gone. And I told her, I was like, you know, it's funny, I did one I was like, I finally did what you and my sister do all the time. And she was like, what? I was like, I actually put on the eye thing, because I normally don't sleep with anything on me, right? I like to wake up with the sun. Like I like to allow the light, the natural light, to come in my room. Like I don't have super blackout windows, none of that. But I do have the face thing that I normally wear like on airplanes or when I'm gonna travel, because I want to actually sleep. So I told her, I was like, I actually did one, I took one from your book and I put it on and I just fell asleep and was gone. You know, like I was like that, I rested and I did not wake up from that. Comment down below if you guys use that, because I was like, wow, like this is amazing. The fact that I was able to sleep through the whole morning. And here's another thing. My phone charges in the bathroom. I don't charge my phone next to me. And I don't like to sleep with it next to me. And then also, like, I always have it on do not disturb. So then when I talked to my sister, she was like, I just didn't know that if you had it on do not disturb, it doesn't go through. She was like, so I thought your phone went off. I thought your phone was off and that you went out and maybe left it at the house, or it caught your last location, but like at this time I didn't know where you were anymore. Like we were about to pull up, you know. And I told her, I was like, honestly, I mean, nobody looks for me. I was like, so I was not even, like, I didn't even think to be like, hey, like, I'm out, you know. I was like, because y'all don't ever look for me, you know, like nobody's ever worried. And I don't have anybody that I'm constantly, you know, like I don't have a man, like none of that right now. So it's like, I'm not talking to anybody. So they try to like hit up my friends and like, they just thought I was lost. And I was like, gracias a Dios, I made it home. I was like, I was fine. I'm like, I just got home really late. That's just what happened. You know, I was like, but I was completely fine. Everything was good. And here I am to tell the story. It was just really funny, and I mean, it wasn't funny to like scare my family, but it was kind of funny because I was like, oh, y'all actually love me, because like y'all don't even look for me like that. And like, you were gonna pull up, how come you didn't? It was hilarious. But yeah, that has been my weekend. And yesterday, like, we actually, like, I had gotten my family together and I had told them like, let's celebrate Mother's Day together at the park, because my mom actually works today. And I just knew that we weren't going to be able to spend like Mother's Day together. And then of course, like, I know my sister's busy and she goes with her family, with her husband's family and stuff. So I was like, yeah. So I told him like, let's go to the park, like we'll do a little picnic and stuff. And like, that's what we did yesterday. But after that, I was like emotional a little bit, you know? And so like, I literally just came to the house. First of all, I cried it out, because one thing about me is if I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna cry, and I cried it out. So I cried it out, and like, I cried it out. I went to go get me some boba. I went to go get me some Chick-fil-A. And then I got this new ice machine. So I started playing with the ice machine to make ice, because I'm super excited to like now make my coffees at the house and with this specific ice. Because if there's one thing about ice, is that it makes a difference what it looks like and what it tastes like and how it cracks in your mouth. Like, if you know, you know. And what else did I do? Oh, and then I got a new LED face mask for my face, obviously, with 4 different lights. So I was like doing that and trying that thing on. And then I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna plan for tomorrow to maybe do a video. So I didn't know what to do, and I was like, maybe we'll figure it out tomorrow. So I ended up going to sleep like at 10 p.m. last night. I feel like I'm on FaceTime with you guys right now, just sharing what I did over the weekend. But yeah, I mean, you guys are my besties. And yeah, that was life this weekend. That's what it was. And it was a good time, but it's kind of crazy, like, as you grow, how you start to evolve and how you start to prioritize different things. And I mean, it just went to show me, right? Like, it solidified, number one, I don't want to be out at night. You know, especially like just single, like as a single woman, I don't necessarily, like, I'm down to, like, once I'm in a partnership, you know, and like for us to go out and like dance and like have a good time together. But like, I'm not necessarily like pressed to be out single like that, you know? So yeah, like, if my partner likes that and wants to go out in that way, then cool. But if not, like, I'm okay with it too. Like, I'm like, yeah, like, let's go do nature things. Let's go to the beach, you know, let's go to the park. Let's go do wholesome things. So that solidified that. Yeah, today, look at that. Today I'm going to church. I'm excited for church. I look forward to Sundays for that. Like, I feel like obviously church grounds me, and it's not church, it's me being open and allowing myself to be touched by the Holy Spirit, of course. So like, that is really cool, and I love to see how so many different people are there and trying in whichever way. Like, nobody is to judge anybody's life, because at the end of the day, like, we're all imperfect people, right? So yeah, like, I look forward to that. Today is gonna be one of those days I actually have to wash. Like, I'm gonna be here at the house, you know, but I am gonna be probably trying to do some other stuff. So we'll see like what happens. We'll see what we do, but I wanted to come in here and catch up and just kind of share with you guys what I've been up to. You guys know I'm still making TikToks. You guys know I'm still on Instagram. Honestly, this week I have been feeling like I want to take some time off of social media again. I don't know when that's gonna come. It might come sooner than I think or sooner than I plan. I don't know. It depends on how I feel. I'm really good at listening to how I feel and taking a break whenever I feel like the break needs to be taken. So we'll see. But you guys know that even if I take a social media break, like, I'll still kind of be checking in with you guys. And one thing that's not going to stop is going to be the Monday lives. Like, I'm not going to stop that unless it's a holiday, which we do have a holiday coming up. I believe it's Memorial Day. Like, I'm not going to stop that. So I promised you guys, I'm all ready. Here's my makeup. I just have to put on some lipstick, but I promised you guys that I was going to share with you the email that I sent to everyone who subscribed today for Mother's Day. So if you're not subscribed, I hope that you think about subscribing so you don't miss out on any of the content out here. So here it is. You ready? Okay. Hi, lovebirds. I sent my mom one of the most vulnerable messages for Mother's Day this year, simply expressing gratitude. Gratitude for who she is, what she's done, and everything I am blessed to learn from her. Not only as a mother, but a woman and a friend. I have been fortunate to see her grow into the beautiful being that she is today. See, a lot of people meet her now and think she has always been this way, and she'll tell you herself, to glorify God, of course, that she was the exact opposite. Funny enough, being raised by her, out of all of her children, I took after her the most, the good and the bad. When I was little, she saw me so much in her image that she'd say, Amy, you need to learn the best parts of me, but not the bad. And as a kid, I didn't understand what that meant. See, kids learn from the behavior they see, not words. So as you can imagine, I took after everything she did, not just the good. Throughout her experience, a single mother raising 3 children, she showed me how to survive through chaos, betrayal, pain, and resistance from people she loved and the world. My mom was bold enough to bring her family to a foreign country to give us a better chance of succeeding, and with this, taught me to be bold and go after my dreams. Through the years, my relationship with her was not the best. We had such similar personalities that we would clash. We both wanted to be right. We both wanted to have the last word. We both didn't know how to navigate through our mother-daughter relationship. I share these vulnerable words with you because on days like today, some of us are still able to spend physical time with our mothers and caregivers. We still have the blessing to talk with them, even if they're not close by. Unfortunately, not everyone has this blessing. If you are struggling in your relationship with your mom or daughter, I want you to know that there is hope. To this day, my mother has shown me love, compassion, forgiveness, laughter, joy, and more. As an adult, I'm finally able to see that my mother has been trying to do her best, not always getting it right and not always having the best example from her mother. I hope this message encourages you to look within and extend forgiveness, grace, and compassion to your mother or daughter if you're a mom, for all her faults and shortcomings. I think if we can learn to set our ego aside and see someone else's perspective, we can grow together instead of creating more space in between. To all the mamas reading this, I hope you feel loved, cared for, cherished, and forgiven. From my heart to yours, Amy. Aww, I didn't cry right now, but you have no idea how much I cried. How much I cried writing this, because it took me back to my mom and my relationship and us growing up and everything she endured, everything she's done in her life for me, for my siblings, and even for my dad as he was, you know, in his way out. So it's been awesome to be a witness and see her grow at the same time that she was trying to raise myself and my siblings, and see just the woman that she's become. And through, like I mentioned there, through chaos, betrayal, and everything that she experienced herself as a woman and as a person, still trying to do her best to show up for myself and my siblings. Like, to be able to now sit down and be able to bask in that and just meditate on her life as an individual, and not just her life as my mother, but her life as a woman, her life as an individual, her life with her own trials and tribulations. Like, it allows me to see things from another perspective, not just the things she didn't do for me, or not just the things that she wasn't able to show up for me for, or where I thought I needed her. Of course, things happen and there's conversations that we constantly have, but now losing, right, like my dad and not having him around, like, it brings a complete other perspective where I'm like, man, like what I feel, because I felt super close to my dad. I'm like, what I feel now, where like he's missing and he's not here physically and I can't just go up to him and hug him. Like, there are so many relationships and mother-daughter, mother-son, like relationships out there where there's not enough communication between both parties, and there is so much hurt that isn't talked about. And it just, like, I was just meditating on that when I wrote it, of course, and it just made me think, like, there's so many people suffering because they don't have that. And then you have other people who may have it, but there's things in between that isn't allowing them to get close. And, you know, there's just so many experiences and they're all valid, and all of your feelings and my feelings are also valid. But I do believe that when we have the time to make a difference, or when we have the time to introspect, like we should. And even if you feel sometimes that somebody else hurt you and they should come up to you first with forgiveness, like, it's okay for you to start that conversation, even if you feel like an apology needs to be talked about from the other side, if that makes any sense. So yeah, like, that just gave me the chills, because it's so strong, you know. But I mean, I'm a strong individual. I'm somebody who's very passionate and feels things very strongly for people. And I mean, I hope that, you know, whether you are the mom or the daughter on here, like, it brings some sort of introspect and for you to think about your relationships. And it could be your relationship with your mother, or your relationship with your father, or your relationship with whomever, right? Like, it's all about healing relationships. And I've had videos on healing relationships and doing different things in the past, and maybe that'll be something that I think about bringing back and doing, because I do believe that there is so much healing needed within relationships, especially our families, because there is so much hurt, and sometimes we don't put ourselves in anybody else's place, or we think like, I would never do that. Like, how could you ever do that to me? And it's like, we don't know, you know, everyone has different fears. Everyone comes from different places. So yeah, I mean, I hope this puts a little seed in your heart, even if you don't do anything about it today or tomorrow or even in a week or a month. Like, at some point, I hope that there is some healing happening on the other side with you and whomever you have a broken relationship with in your family. So with that being said, I'm gonna get ready. I need to go and put on some clothes because I got my little robe on that I love. I hope you guys love this get ready with me. And yeah, let me know down in the comments what's up with you guys. I love catching up. Thank you for being here. Until the next one. Bye bye.